Hi, I'm feminist Erin Gibson.
Hi, I'm homosexual Bryan Safi.
This here's attitudes.
LGBTQ plus issues.
Gender issues.
Politics. And pop culture.
Pop culture.
Yes, honey. Can you handle it?
Would you like to hear my new phrase that I came up with?
Yes.
Adore me or ignore me.
I love that.
Don't talk shit about me. Adore me or ignore me.
Listen.
Put it on a shirt.
I would love to. My friend Stephanie used to say when she was dating a guy and we would like joke around because I'd always be like, has he given you any jewels yet? She'd been on like 2 dates. And he goes, no, he doesn't adore me because he doesn't adorn me. And I thought, exactly.
Adore me or adorn me. Adore me and adorn me. That's really what it should be.
You do not adore me if you do not adorn me.
Absolutely. I saw our friend Danielle, a.k.a. Jealous Curator, last night.
Oh my God.
She was Canadian. In Vancouver. She was in Vancouver for an art thing. She took me to Vag.
Oh, I'm so glad. I was hoping you'd say that. What is Vag?
Vancouver Art Gallery.
Oh, great.
Which shorthand is Vag.
Well, you know what?
That's not me doing that.
That's a very
them.
Sexy night.
Very sexy night. I saw
in high school.
adored.
There were a couple people who tried to take me to Vag.
Oh yeah, but what'd you
ultimately,
say?
Oh,
you said, I'd rather have my skin peeled off.
My stomach hurts. Yeah, exactly.
Oh I'm so sorry. I have a headache.
Exactly. Oh God, I have to. I'm sorry. I'm having a manicure in the morning very early. There's absolutely no way. And
nevertheless they persisted after that.
No, I think that was sort of
that they got the message.
I feel so sorry for everyone in the closet and also for the people who don't know. You know, for everyone involved in a situation like that, it
is a wicked game. That's exactly right. It absolutely. It's what Chris Isaak always sang about.
It's true. It's true. It was about him getting hit on by Helena Christensen and not wanting it.
And being like, by the way, I do love Chris Isaak. It's a toxic part of my interior life.
Please,
but,
that video was so sexy.
So sexy. Ritz, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, that would track.
And he is so demeaning about himself when he talks about that video that it's kind of funny. Now, I think Chris Isaac's probably trash because he says some. He calls women girls and he's got some weird views. He's got some weird views, but
Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
It's not like, I'm not like,
what's happening?
It's like, okay,
Do you remember that there was a sitcom for 5 seconds called It's Like You Know? And it was from the people who did Seinfeld. I don't think it was Larry David. Maybe it was Larry David. It was someone involved with Seinfeld, and the show was called It's Like You Know. And Jennifer Grey played herself.
Brilliant.
So weird.
Brilliant.
I know.
Ahead of its time, maybe. I don't remember watching what it was about, though.
Well, it was only like one season, and I remember I watched a few episodes. And it was also with Rayanne from My So-Called Life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As in a sitcom, huh?
Yes. So weird.
Can we not, while you're looking it up, I would be remiss if I didn't mention how beautiful your sweatshirt is. I would be absolutely, I would hate myself for years.
I'm here to tell everybody.
It's got a cat on it too. It's a hot pink, bubblegum pink. What would you call it?
Yeah, either one.
With a purple cat face on it. Where's it from?
I got to be happy. By the way, this is my pride message to everybody. Shut up and listen. First of all.
Adore me or ignore me.
Second of all, I was in like the LGBT center in the West Village one day because they have a hot tip. They have a beautiful cafe with a little garden in there.
Oh.
And it's nice to go get a coffee there and stuff. And they also have a great bookstore in there. And they sell these sweatshirts, but you can also get them online. They're $30. It's a good quality, maybe $40.
Yeah.
And the brand is called Homo Cats. And I have to tell you, they are fresh as fuck. They're
now,
so
do they
great.
make crop tops? Because I'd be interested in that.
I don't know. You should see what's on there. I know they make like t-shirts and sweatshirts, but it's a great
Homo Cats.
They're so good.
The style is great.
I know. No, it's great. I also have it in a black sweatshirt and the cat is gold. So you can imagine how fun I'm having.
Oh my God. It's these.
It's Jay Morrison, who's based out of Brooklyn. But
I would wear all of this. Kittens for Peace.
Yeah. And do you see, and so he'll do a thing where like it's all cats all across the sweatshirt. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I love the rainbow cat pink. I love the one with just the cat face like this.
Me too. I love the tricolor if you keep scrolling down.
Oh, I mean,
there's like one cat in the middle.
This is not an ad. Just this is not an ad. This is
I love this
loving
stuff.
it.
No, I love it.
Homo Cat's rainbow jockstrap.
Why wouldn't you?
Love.
Why wouldn't everybody?
All of it. Love all of it.
It's great. So thank you to all my fans and to all the people along the way who helped me get to where I am, which is wearing sweatshirts Sunday at noon.
Well, at least you can wear a sweatshirt. It's what, 30 degrees here? I don't know Celsius. Something
30
like
degrees
that.
would be like 90 degrees in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's very hot here today.
Okay, yeah.
It's so setty up here in Vancouver. And they don't like it. People don't like it when it rains here.
Do you have AC? Is it one of those places that doesn't have AC?
There's like a window.
Because they just always assume it's cold, and then it's like, well, no, I'm being fried.
No, there's space coolers. These are space coolers, yeah. And I don't mean like outer space.
Like the Jetsons? Okay.
Yeah, just to be clear, not the Jetsons.
Yeah.
I have one thing I wanted to ask your opinion on.
Oh, of course, honey.
So I can't decide why this is a phenomenon here. And I hate to have my whole stand-up set be Canada's doing weird stuff, but here we go.
Listen.
When you Google Map something in Vancouver, it's always this. 10-minute drive, an hour, 15-minute walk. 6-minute drive, 47-minute walk. Now, do you think it's because, and forgive me if I brought this up already, because the roads are more efficient?
Maybe because maybe they're freeways.
They're not freeways, they're surface roads.
I don't understand that then.
And every time I Google something, I just I'm the person in town. If you see someone laughing at a Google map, that's me. Because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go to this yoga class. Okay, well, is it a 3-minute drive or a 75-minute walk?
You know what? This reminds me of something where Canada really effed me over. I only say F-U-C-K once per show.
Yes.
And I'd said it earlier.
Yeah. And
so
sure.
You understand.
Yeah, of course.
So later when I F someone, I can't actually say I'm effing you right now.
Which is what
I can't say I'm fucking you right now.
When
Does
Bryan,
that make sense?
Yes, when Bryan makes love to someone, he always dictates. It's a live commentary of what he's doing. So he'll be like, "I'm taking off your shirt.
I have a headset. I have a football jersey on. You know,
I'm putting your fingers in your mouth. Then I'm putting them in my mouth.
I love doing that. Yeah." Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what else I love doing? I love telling someone, put your hands behind your back. And they think I'm going to restrain them. But really what I'm doing is I put my hands through their arms and pretend that my arms are their arms.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
so sexy. Do you tweak their nipples from the back as if they're tweaking their own nipples?
And I go, why are you slapping yourself? Why are you slapping yourself? You know what I mean?
That's
I
so
shake
funny.
my finger at the mirror and say, Grandma said you're supposed to be home 10 minutes ago.
The boner gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's so nice.
I do think you're missing out on the sexual act of putting your finger in someone's mouth because the contours.
You said put their finger in their mouth. That's what you said. You said to put their fingers in their mouth.
Okay. No, the order is, this is the order. They put their fingers in their mouth. Wiggle them around. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay.
Then you put their fingers in your mouth after it's like kissing, but there's fingers in between. And then you put their fingers.
Disgusting, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you do it after you eat a lot of Twizzlers.
Your fingers have to be dirtier than your mouth. I'm convinced.
Well, you could listen, depending on when you want to try this, you can wash the hands beforehand.
Okay. All right.
But you would need also to probably do nail brush, because I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But let's say it's a clean scenario.
Okay.
Then you put their fingers in their mouth.
Okay, right.
And then you put directly into your mouth. And then what turns them on are the contours and lumps and bumps of your molars.
What's going on in your mouth? The contours and lumps and bumps
of your molars. It's an erotic game, as if like, oh, imagine if I'm doing this with your fingers. I can't believe I didn't name my solo show the lumps and bumps and contours of my, what did you say? Molars.
Yeah. The lumps, bumps, and contours of my molars.
Yeah.
It could be like the vagina monologues, but for teeth.
Well, this is what people in Canada are telling me they do in the boudoir. So I just assume it's something super sexy because this is a very sexualized country. This country, the sex appeal of everyone walking down the street barely able to move their bodies. There is a distinct walk here of Canadians, and it is...
It just oozes confidence?
No.
Friendliness?
No.
Approachability?
No. Frozen in ice. Like, just their feet move. Their arms don't move. And their legs don't really move. Just their feet.
Like the Flintstones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of Flintstones. Yeah. But apparently they're nasty molar touchers. So anyway.
Well, I want to tell you how Canada's given me the screw now.
Yeah, tell me.
Whenever the last time you and I were in Toronto, that's how long it's been since I've been given the screw. Because
were we in that weird hotel, or was it a different hotel?
No, it had nothing to do with the hotel.
Okay. Do you remember that hotel we stayed in? The Batman?
They were all weird. Oh, yeah. The one that was like bi-level.
I love that you call 2 stories bi-level. Honey, I'm bi-level, okay? I love all the levels.
Happy Pride. No,
Toronto.
Yes, I do remember that creepy. Okay. Ever since the last time we went to Toronto, which might have been 2018 or 2019, pre-pan, I've been given the royal screw by the Commonwealth, whatever they are. The territory. My Google Maps always opens maps.google.ca no matter what I do. Every time. I can't change it. On my phone and on my laptop.
What? There's got to be a way.
There just
Have
isn't.
you talked to any techies? Have you made an Apple Bar, Genius Bar appointment?
No, look, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. Sergio, if you let me share my screen. Do you see this, Erin? Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. I'm just going to type in maps.
Is one of your tabs Christian Life?
I'll tell you. It was research for a shoe. I was waiting for something to go awry. Look at this. You ready?
Yeah.
Map. .google.canada. And I don't know.
So there's something in your... But then it shows you where you are in LA.
I know. But it just drives me crazy knowing that it's the Canadian version.
I really can't. I've thought I could help you, but I can't.
No, there's no helping me.
I have something to show you if you're interested.
I'm very interested.
I was going to share my screen. So when I get homesick, I watch Antiques Roadshow. Any Antiques Roadshow that takes place in New Mexico?
Oh, fabulous.
Okay, I want to show you this one that just came out. I highly recommend this episode I'll show you the end part. The end part is like the people who got, it's like it's the feedback booth, and it's like kind of like Judge Judy, where they're like,
where they interview them after?
But they interview people who didn't get what they wanted, which I love.
Oh, that's fun. I never realized that.
But you should watch it just because there's one item where this woman, the thing gets appraised for more than she thought. And she goes, and the whole section ends with her going, "Don't tell my greedy sister." I love it. The people in New Mexico do not give a fuck. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, will you let me share, Sergio? I just want you to watch this thing because there's
that should have also been the name of my one-man show. Don't tell my greedy sister.
Don't tell my greedy.
Yeah,
you've got a pretty good name for your one-man show. I wouldn't.
Fair.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, share screen. Here we go. Okay, can you see this?
Of course, yes.
Okay, here we go. This is the end.
On an American cruise line's journey.
Oh, yes, honey.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing's better than an American cruise.
Travelers retrace the route forged by Lewis and Clark.
Nope, racist.
More than 200 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Pendleton, honey.
American Cruise Line's fleet of
that's nice.
That's not bad.
Travel through American landscapes.
And the boat doesn't look that big either.
Historic landmarks.
Oh, I wouldn't go down that in a boat.
That's pretty.
Oh,
my ex.
American Cruise Line.
Yes.
Proud sponsor of Antiques
So it's on the
Roadshow.
Mississippi? Okay.
Cruise
anyway.
across America, honey.
Yeah, we brought our family heirloom to see what it appraised for. It appraised for $50. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's cute.
And I brought my little Japanese food dog, and I come to find out that this is a male food dog, and he came with a female partner. So any female food dogs out there looking for a partner, please get in touch.
Ooh, that was dark.
Found out my rocking chairs are not worth a lot, but they'll still be, don't sit in those chairs.
Is she cute?
All right, well, we traveled here to the Antiques Roadshow all the way from the North Pole by railroad. And no matter where you're from, everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And in 2011, we got to do
These guys are boring.
El Paso, and became the first couple on Antiques Roadshow to get engaged when I swapped her grandmother's antique ring with my engagement ring.
El Paso.
And that was very exciting, and now we're back in Albuquerque 3 years later, married and with a little baby. And our stuff still isn't worth very much, but we love Roadshow.
Don't tell me they showed that basket.
We're Jordan and Gordon, the Ordens, from Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Bryan, I'm so sorry. Did you catch that?
The Jordan and Gordon, the Ordens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just again.
A great time.
We're Jordan and Gordon, the Ordens, from Colorado Springs. We drove down to see Antiques Roadshow. I was rubbing my lamp the entire time. Found out it was a Turkish coffee pot, not worth a whole lot. However, my painting's worth $1,500.
Nice.
Thanks.
I love it.
Do you think they're a couple of brothers? Or roommates? They're probably roommates, right, Erin? Did you ever notice
rubbing my lamp all the way down here? Jordan. Wait, do you think they're not brothers?
No, I think they're partners or roommates.
Yeah, okay.
And by roommates, I mean wink, wink.
Yeah, I mean, wink, wink, don't tell me, but do tell me. Tell me all about those molars. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Did you ever notice how people from Colorado say Colorado?
Yeah, but why? Oh, you know what they call...
My guess is they're right and we're wrong, but I don't know if I choose to believe.
Do you know what they call pasta here?
Pasta?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. They go, I'm going to probably get pasta for dinner.
Oh my God.
And I'm literally like, you guys you have to jump off of the Lions Gate Bridge.
Right. The Lions Gate
right
Bridge,
on
the Sony Studios Bridge. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think there is a Lions Gate
No, I
Bridge.
bet you're right. I'm sure that name comes from something.
Lions Gate. Oh, yeah. Lions Gate Bridge.
All the
best entertainment stuff is named after things in Vancouver. Another fact.
Now listen, here's a fact.
Yeah. Oh,
a couple facts.
Are we talking about what's happening this weekend in people's boxes? That's my intro to Dateline. Did you like it?
Oh. In people's boxes?
Don't ask.
That's fine. Okay. Yes, this week, Dateline detective story out for all tiers. 3 sisters, Teresa, Connie, and Sherry, dying to know when the last time anyone with those names was born. When was the last? Does anyone currently know someone under 10 named Teresa, Connie, or Sherry? Can you imagine an 8-year-old named Connie?
I would
absolutely love it.
Is it short for Constance?
Constance.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can't even imagine a Constance, really.
Juicy fruit models, plain interiors, taffeta twins. This absolutely has it all, honey.
This sounds like it's going to move me.
Oh, the taste of it's going to move you. Move you. Yeah, absolutely. So that's patreon.com/attitudes, not to mention watch parties, movie nights, and game nights happening on Discord. I know they just watched Troop Beverly Hills. And also, obviously, I believe this week they'll be watching the Dateline together. That's a really fun group over there. And on the Vault episode this week, because as everyone knows, and I think we released one on the free feed last week, we released very old episodes of Attitudes Nay Throwing Shade. And in this week, it's episode 42, the 42nd episode of the show we ever did, where Erin has an encounter.
Did you read this? Did you read this sentence?
Erin has an encounter with her sex addict who fucked someone in a dumpster.
Who's that person?
And my coming out story on a riverboat while I shuffled off to Buffalo.
If you can't handle both of those stories in one episode, I don't know what you're still doing here.
Also, please submit clips that you want us to react to in our new thing we're doing called This New Thing We're Doing. And you can email that stuff to attitudespod@gmail.com. The response has been really great.
Danielle said she wanted that phone that you could just put people's pictures on.
I do with the album?
Yeah.
Me too. Also, if I may, Erin, promote my show.
Have at it. I would love nothing more.
Doing a show July 10th at Joe's Pub. And I have my solo show, which is basically an hour of stand-up with a few other elements to it, some singing, a little shuffling off to Buffalo, actually. And that's August 24th. Both shows are in New York, and you can go to bryansafi.com or my Instagram, @bryansafi, to find those things.
Should we get into some shoes?
Let's do it. Well, a few things happening this week. More than a few things. I do have to say it's Pride Month. I didn't get to say that last week because I you know what? I didn't feel like it. I needed a lot of convincing. It shouldn't
be on your shoulders, Bryan.
To say that. Exactly. But listen, I hope everyone is celebrating and feeling proud because it might be the last one.
Bleak.
I don't know what's going
but
on
not
in this world.
Far from truth.
Absolutely. So I do hope everyone is celebrating, reading your history, looking to the past, prepping for the future, and truly enjoying the present. I do feel like it is a responsibility for queer people to live in the moment because you probably didn't get to live as hard in the past. So I hope everyone is doing it to the fullest. And for those of you feeling lonely and I don't know, just by yourself and feeling glum, just know that even though sometimes it can't feel like it when you're isolated, there's an entire community of people, including the community here, who loves you, accepts you, and wants to throw their arms around you. And if you don't feel it here, go to the Discord, find your community, whether it's here, somewhere else, whatever. But this, I don't know, this is historically, I remember when we used to go to shows, Erin, and when we used to tour, more people coming up to us and saying like what a nice thing the show was. And
I'll never forget the Salt Lake City show.
Amazing. And people would meet there and hang out. And so you are loved and you are.
It's one of the things that I miss about touring. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't miss the planes and the getting on the thing and doing a show after show. I really don't.
The shows themselves were fun, but no, everything around it is exhausting.
But I do miss everyone getting together and having a nice evening together.
Me too. That always felt so good. Always felt so good. So anyway, these couple of things or stories I'm not particularly proud of, but
are they personal?
No, they're also confusing.
Okay.
In LA, there is an unofficial gay beach or queer beach at the Will Rogers State Park, which is in Santa Monica. But people here, if you're gay, you call it the Ginger Rogers State Park, even though it's the Will Rogers, but you just swap the name to Ginger Rogers.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah. And it's just a nice, listen, it's not like gay exclusive or anything like that. It just happens to be where queer people congregate. And at that beach recently, which again, it is the queer beach in the Santa Monica, I think Malibu area in Southern California, there is a lifeguard there who has gotten an exemption for raising the rainbow flag on a gay beach during Pride Month because he complained so hard about doing it and saying that it was oppressive. My mind and my thing.
Wait, sorry. He didn't want to raise it.
No, he said I should be granting an exception. I don't want to handle the flag. I don't want to look at the flag. It shouldn't be flying when I am lifeguarding at the gay beach. And for June, they put up the Progress Pride flag to whatever for 1 fucking month. And this guy who is stationed there, who I don't know if he doesn't want to move to a different beach. I don't know what that, go to Huntington. Do you know what I mean? Go to Manhattan Beach. I'm sure there are plenty of beaches who refuse to do this. Not every beach town is liberal. Okay.
Actually, most of them aren't in California.
So when you talk about the coastal elite, no, because that's a lot of times where anti-vaxxers flock and people like that, libertarians.
They have something else in common, Bryan. Do you know what that is? They're rich as hell. And rich people suck. I don't know if it's been said on this show.
Well, I take that very personally. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, this Christian lifeguard, I'm just going to call him by his last name because I like it. It's Little. So he has a salary, by the way. He makes every year over $200,000. Where is the tax money going?
What the fuck?
What the actual fuck?
Hey, and listen, I'm not saying that's not hard work. And
it's a crucial job. My God,
that's an absolutely crucial job. Do we think lifeguards should be getting paid more than teachers, though?
Right.
Do we think that? Is that what we think, California?
More than most people in this country? More than what? 90% of the population.
And what, so they could run around in their red bathing suits, their schlongs just going everywhere?
I mean, is Schlongtown's okay with you?
Oh, you're okay to wear a fucking Speedo on the beach, but you can't have a pride flag next to you?
And also, by the way, you're cool wearing a Speedo on the gay beach, and yet you have a problem with the progress plight. Like what's happening with you?
What's happening?
My littlest little. Well, anyway, so because he's also, I mean, technically he's a supervisor, so like maybe that gives you a little pay bump. To me, it's still absolute insanity, but I don't decide salaries in this world. Believe me, I wish I could. Every teacher would be a millionaire. Anyway, so now he did settle this case and no longer has to raise it or lower it. But as a supervisor, he will be responsible for ensuring that anyone who works under him raises that flag. And every year he'll also be required to file a new religious accommodation, because that's what he was going after, was it's against his religion, which is unbelievable. He said it went against his religious beliefs to raise this flag, which I really don't get. I understand if for you it's going against your religious beliefs for you to sleep with a man. That's an easy fix. Don't do it.
No one's making you do it.
No one's making you do it. You're raising a flag that does not stand for perversion. It actually stands for, in your mind, probably pretty Christian values. Acceptance, love, golden rule, treating others how you would want to be treated, making sure that people have an identity, are feeling visible, and standing for the right things in this world, and not kowtowing to bullies. Okay? So you are a Roman, my friend. And I'm talking, BCECE. Anyway, I'm reading a book on ancient Roman history called SPQR by Mary Beard. It's so good. And also so fucking boring. But I really...
Nerd alert!
Well,
Nerd alert!
Okay, I had to stop at night reading fiction because I get too wrapped up in the story.
Oh, yeah. No. That's why I've been reading Maria Bamford's book at night, because I'm like, I giggle and then I fall asleep.
Yeah, so for this, I just hear about, oh, look what we found again. Look what we pulled up out of the sea. Look what this crazy person did. Look what this nut job did. And
Great.
It's kind of fun.
And then that lulls you to sleep about craziness.
I got to tell you. Well, I feel like I'm at home,
Yeah, I get you. Your home life was like ancient Rome.
Yeah, exactly. So Little said, I was under the impression I wouldn't have to deal with working in these conditions, raising a flag. And then he was told, this was part of the settlement. He was told by the division chief, I want to know how much he gets paid, to be honest with you. And even though I think he's on the right thing, he goes, the division chief said, you're an LA County employee. That's what matters. Your religious beliefs do not matter, which is absolutely, I agree with it. Like, truly, because it's sort of like, you're not working for a church, dude. You're working for LA County.
Which does not discriminate.
Which, by the way, makes...
I'm sure they do, but they're not supposed to, is what I'm... to clarify. In
LA County, if you're a lifeguard, you're in the 1%. In probably one of the richest counties in the country.
Yep.
If not the world. So congratulations. Okay. So that's that. Ridiculous. Anyway, so this little baby, heavy on the little, got his way. Now, another pride story that I want to discuss. The governor of Utah.
Oh, God.
Spencer Cox. Spencer Cox.
It's Cox, right? But I love the way you lateral jawed it.
Cox. Spencer Cox declared June instead of Pride Month, and I love this. I got to be honest with you. To me, this is so progressive. He said, instead of Pride Month, why don't we call it a month of bridge building? Duh.
You fucking build the bridge, motherfucker, because you've been tearing it down brick by brick, baby.
Exactly. So he has wanted to shift the focus away from queer awareness this June and Pride Month to a month of bridge building, which essentially means standing up for the oppression of non-LGBTQ people, but specifically anti-LGBTQ people, that they are being discriminated against for discriminating.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And that really at this point, while he does believe in queer rights, he also thinks queer people should probably step up to the plate and be the bigger people here and stop discriminating against people who discriminate against them. As if that exists. If only we had enough power to discriminate against the people who are discriminating against us. If only we had the power to keep those fucking assholes out of office. If only. What a fantasy that would be. If everyone who is marginalized in this world were able to keep the people out of office and out of power who do those things. That's called a perfect world. And that's called having access to power, okay? Which we don't have. Anyway.
What they mean is, won't you stop chiseling away at our power?
Correct. Which is not even fucking true. But yes, that's what they think.
That's what they think.
So Spencer Quay issued this declaration for the month of bridge building this past Saturday because he said that Utahns experience marginalization and isolation as a result of their differences. He included queer people in this. He did say, like, LGBTQ people do face discrimination, but so do the people who aren't LGBTQ.
No, they don't.
Sort of like,
sorry. I mean, women do.
It's sort of like, how about nearly every month of the year, besides this one, people, even during Pride Month, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden people are nicer to queer people. Every month of every day is white, straight man month.
Do you know what I love? Is that these people are the same who are like people who are like, there shouldn't be participation trophies. If you're going to go out there and win, you need to win. And then they're also like, but then they want one. They want a participation trophy when it comes to these kind of things. They're like, but aren't we all equal? Can't we all? We shouldn't all. It's like, pick a fucking lane.
He went on to say in this declaration that those who do not identify with, celebrate, or support Pride celebrations share the experience of being marginalized. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You are the marginalizer.
Right.
Those people are the marginalizers.
Strangely, this guy occasionally has a heart, mostly doesn't. His record on LGBTQ plus equality is actually not
terrible,
straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in some ways god awful, and in some ways not at all. I don't understand him. In 2021, he would not sign a bill banning trans girls and women from participating in school sports. When it came up again in 2022, he vetoed it and gave a very teary speech explaining why he vetoed it, saying that when he started to meet transgender kids, it changes your heart in important ways. Very moving. The legislature did override his veto.
Can't muster that up for Pride Month?
Right. And then in 2023, he signed a bill banning gender-affirming care for trans youth. In 2024, he signed a bill imposing criminal penalties and jail time on trans people using public restrooms. Like, what the hell? Who are you?
Yeah.
And then in the past 2 years, he's done just honest to God Pride Month declarations as they should be done. And he has long considered himself an ally to the queer community and saying that he's very close with the queer community. Now, recently, he's been booed at different, I don't know, there was some sort of, he basically has a primary challenger running for governor who I believe is more conservative than he is. And he's been booed at these events, I guess, where fundraising events and stuff like that, and called the Republican delegates hateful. But it's also sort of like, I just hate that Utah has to face a decision like this, because really, this guy did one good thing. And in 2 previous years said the words Pride Month. But this is not a good person.
No.
You know, and this is actually like all lives matter. It sounds like
he's actually
energy.
he's quite cowardly, because maybe he does have good instincts that are kind and thoughtful and compassionate, and he lets people influence that for money or power or whatever other
Well, but also
reason.
that he has some sort of sympathy and heart for trans children without letting them, by the way, and that's just in terms of sports.
Yeah.
But without letting them, you know, get gender affirming care, which, by the way, every medical association in the world has said that the children should receive gender affirming care if they are trans. So this guy is confusing as hell. And also, like, I don't know. I don't trust people who don't go on facts and instead go on pure emotion.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be talking about that in my shoe. But right. That's what emotion they all do.
Is very valuable, but it just becomes cherry picking at that point, and I don't like it. So anyway, Spencer, quiet. You know what? You can celebrate being a fucking loser.
You tell him, Bryan. You fucking tell him, Bryan. You rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
You get him.
Yeah. And you know what else?
Yeah. Tell him. Yeah.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell him.
And if I had a cat, I'd make him hiss at you.
Fuck you, Bryan.
Yeah.
You're going too far, man.
I don't care. And if I had a glass, I'd throw it against a fireplace in front of your face.
Unhinged. Unfucking hinged.
Yeah.
God.
That's
you
it.
You can go to... I've never seen...
If I had a box of Kleenex one by one, I'd throw each one at you.
Rage becomes him. That's what's happening right now, okay?
Thank you. I'm ready to battle.
I love the theater. Everyone knows it.
Oh,
Cats.
Yes,
Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. Okay, all the...
you really are discerning, yeah.
All the things that the beautiful stage offers. That weird vampire one that I forgot. I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
That one. Oh, the stage. The stage brings us gifts.
Absolutely.
But there's a theater show I could not get tickets for last week, and it was the GOP vote to against codifying contraception access federally.
Oh
I wish I was there. I'm going to tell you all about it, all the contours of this plot.
Oh, I can't wait. I love a good play.
Background, which we'll call the playbill.
Okay.
Since Roe v. Wade was overturned, Democrats have been trying to codify the right to contraception and been working very hard, considering the fact that on the Roe v. Wade ruling, Clarence Thomas, as you might remember, outright said that legislatures should take it further with other precedents outside of Roe, like same-sex marriage and contraception. He literally said, why don't you attack these things? Which was a dog whistle,
right?
As far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
So that lit a fire under asses to get that codified. Because contraception, though, is too close to abortion, Republicans refused to support these kinds of protections, with the exception of Murkowski and Collins, which I'll talk about them in a second. It goes without saying these laws should not have to be on the books because we shouldn't have to protect birth control access. But when you have convicted felon Donald Trump going out there saying he would support a contraception ban and then walks it back, because that man stands for nothing, as we all know.
Right.
It's like if he gets in power, it will be in the hands of the worst person he decides to listen to that day.
Right.
So the Democrats put up this bill. It's the Right to Contraception Act, which would prohibit local, state, and federal governments from restricting access to contraception, essentially protecting access under federal law, as I said. And the GOP was like, over our hate-filled bodies. They laid out all the reasons that they were opposed to it, while also saying they supported access to contraception. Isn't that fun?
So fun. It all makes perfect sense.
Doesn't it make okay, Joni Ernst, I'll talk about her first of Iowa.
Okay.
She said that the bill did not have conscience protections for those who are opposed to birth control on moral or religious grounds. Sounds familiar, Bryan? Sounds like your lifeguard. It's like, I don't know who this line of reasoning
then
for.
Don't
it's
take
for
it.
OBGYNs who don't believe in the own science they're practicing.
Right.
Who, in my mind, who could give you birth control? Who doesn't believe in birth control?
Right. If you're talking about the birth control pill, right?
You shouldn't be a doctor in the obstetrics field.
Right.
And gynecology. You just shouldn't. She has introduced an alternative Republican-backed bill that she said would include that, while also expanding contraceptive access. No one's seen it.
Why are these people wasting everyone's time? Yeah.
Lies. She said, from the Senate to the White House, Democrats have nothing and do not have anything to run on, no agenda that resonates with the American people. So instead, they are fear-mongering in the name of politics. 80% of people want contraception protected. So I don't know where she got that stat, but she needs to crack a book open a time or two.
Kidding. Right.
Senator Tom Tillis,
I would love for her to just go door to door in her own fucking town. And I guarantee you the number would probably be...
people.
No, they don't, because every single one of them would be like, yeah, of course.
Who doesn't?
I want to know who that 20% is, to be honest with you. Maybe just deeply religious.
Shitty old men.
I guess so.
Who pick up the phone when these surveys go out.
Right.
Senator Tom Tillis, a Republican in North Carolina, had a problem that it was fast-tracked instead of going through normal channels. Then our favorite walking barbecue rib trash plate, Senator John Cornyn from Texas, literally a pile of bones.
Right.
It's all the gristle nobody wanted. That's who John Cornyn is, okay? He said the bill would force healthcare providers to provide abortion drugs. Not true. Feelings are not facts, Johnny. That's not in the bill. You didn't read the bill. He also complained that there was no legitimate effort to take away access to birth control and therefore no need for legislation to protect it. He's also teaching advanced gaslighting at Texas A&M next year, should anyone be interested in learning more. This isn't going on. Why would you protect it? Because it is going on?
Right.
Talk is not cheap with the GOP, Bryan. It is dollar bin. It is less than cheap. It is please take a penny. Do not leave a penny. Murkowski and Collins did not veto. Murkowski even went so far as to say this is a messaging bill. And if it's a messaging bill, my message is I support contraception.
Well done. I mean, this is another case.
We're at a point where it's like,
who are you?
Face. Yeah, exactly.
Who are you, girl?
But that left the Democrats who supported, the Democrats supported 100%, but they were still 9 votes short, even with Murkowski and Collins, so they could not take up the bill. Behind the scenes, apparently, this is all pretty much due to the anti-abortion lobby threatening to downgrade lawmakers if they back this bill, the bill that they've been referring to internally as Payouts for Planned Parenthood Act, which they see as a funding.
They are incredible marketers. I mean, you really do have to hand it to them.
Gotta give it to them.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So next week, which will be this week because we're recording on a Sunday, depending on how you do your calendars, I don't know if you're one of these psychos that starts the week on Sunday.
By the way, we could only wish that there were more payouts for Planned Parenthood. They could open even more locations.
Oh, you want more access for people who need reproductive care?
Yeah. Great.
Sounds great. Sign me up.
Right.
Sign me up, Scotty. So next week, again, depending on if you're a Sunday, Monday, Democrats are putting forward another bill to protect in vitro fertilization treatments after the Alabama court case ruling that frozen embryos are children.
Unbelievable.
Let me ask you this. This should be the test of if things are children or not. Do they refuse to eat anything but chicken nuggets for dinner? Do they scream so loud in restaurants that they make your ears bleed? Do they laugh at your jokes when they say, what's your name? And you say, my name's Banana? Those are the 3 tests of whether or not something is a children.
I really hope Democrats are running hard on these messages of what these people are saying. I really hope this is in your face about listen to the lunacy happening in this country.
I think that's why they're putting these bills up. And I think they know they're going to get shot down. And the fact that they're going to get shot down and the takeaway is GOP denies protections.
Right.
It is part of the theater of all of it. And aren't we all innocent participants in the theater? Whether you want to be affected or not, you're affected in the theater.
See, I wish this is my Saw. You know what I mean?
Like, so you're talking about the horror movie?
Yeah. Like, I wish I had been in the room with someone like you to explain the rules to me instead of that weird clown face.
Yeah. I do think that guy he's a little sexy.
Well, because his face is sort of normalized now.
Yeah, I know. I think they're making him hotter with filler.
They really are. Yeah.
But to be
real,
he
does look, I mean, you could never guess his age.
No. And he's doing lots of lower body. He's evening it all out, you know.
Exactly.
I do think the Saw look is somewhat informed by the beauty standards of Los Angeles.
Couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm. And
I wonder where that person who wrote that was raised. I have to imagine Beverly Hills.
Yes. In the Valley, one of those two. Malibu. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and there's no way to find out, so we'll just have to assume that you're right.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
We got some Spotify and Apple reviews here for you. We're gonna tell them to you with our lips and our tongues and our mouths. Here they come. So, Anka Boot 666.
That's the devil's work.
Says, I really enjoy listening to Bryan and Erin preaching the word of the Lord. Best Christian podcast out there. Thank you for bringing me closer to Jesus. Hallelujah. 5 high heel shoe chairs. Now they're not high heel shoes for me anymore in the emoji strings. They are chairs.
But same. By the way, I love Anka Boot 666 could also be translated to ankle boot devil, which I love. Someone who's devilish for ankle boots. This one comes from, that was a Spotify review. This one comes from Apple. Ike JJ8. My favorite time of day is Thursday. If you've been craving a podcast that reads aloud the IMDb page of Evelyn Otterpop, then do I have the podcast for you. I've been watching since Funny or Die, and I haven't missed an episode. Pithy repartee, salient critiques of politics and culture, and high heel shoe chairs galore. 5 chili peppers.
By the way, I think we should start stealing that for our log line.
My God, me too.
Pithy repartee, salient critiques of politics and culture, and high heel shoe chairs galore. That pretty much sums it up.
Caption. By the way, did you see this, that Anthony Kiedis, who's 61, is dating a 19-year-old?
I'm going to barf.
42-year age difference. Anyway.
What is she doing? What is he doing?
It's disgusting.
Barf.
That's like that guy. You know that guy who, I forget his name, the Republican who at the congressional hearing.
Oh, whose kid was behind him? And then he married someone he met when he was 42 and she was in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they gave her a scholarship, and then when she was 17, they got married.
Well, unfortunately, the GOP was up to no good this week, because I'd also like to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that too.
I know.
Maybe I'll do it next week.
Nasty.
It's nasty. It's nasty. Ella Bell says, Erin in Canada. As an American who spent some years in the Vancouver area, it is wildly entertaining to hear Erin explain Canada. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of what the fuck is going on with Google Maps, walking versus driving here.
Malgoth 666. There's a lot of Satanism in this episode. Our audience is very actually hilarious. There's a fish emoji, and it just says, "Thanks for letting me eat that fish, honey. You are so welcome."
Loudmouth Nerd says, my favorite music podcast. There is absolutely no better podcast dedicated to the craft of musical improvisation. From the dulcet tones of Erin's California Laws to the Caucasian grit of Bryan's In New York, everyone has a right to affordable housing. Not true. Prepare to be amazed by their grift. I said grift, but they said gift.
It's both, to be honest.
For spontaneous and profound songwriting. It isn't small songwriting if you're just taking someone else's. We're doing Weird Al, but in a bad way. We're doing
parodies. That's right. Yeah.
But thank you for the.
But you know what? I disagree, anyway. Erin. I like our versions.
I agree.
They're so hip.
I agree.
They also said future co-winners for the 2025 Song of the Year Grammy. Fucking. I
can't wait.
And finally,
and also has Rubio. A fish thing. 5 out of 5 gulleted fish fresh from the bay, and then.
Fucking love it. M Rubio 33 says, fish, anybody fish? Tune in to get down and dirty in the jungle with your favorite fishermen, Bryan and Erin. Learn the tricks and hacks to catching and making mouth-watering seafood. Fish heads, Bryan and Erin have it all. 5-star, 5 fish rating here.
That's 6 fishes. No, it's
Honey,
5 fish.
If you love the show, send us your fish.
And you love trout.
And you love God. This is the show for you.
What do? We do fish, God, politics, other things.
That's right. We'll see you on the Patreon for this week's Dateline. Go to bryansafi.com if you want to see me live in New York. And what else, Erin?
That's it. We'll see you on the Patreon, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.